Hey there, Seb by the Realtor here. Join me on this driving tour of the Bel Aire Luxury Estates neighborhood in San Jose. This is in Silver Creek. Now, Silver Creek is most famous for the Silver Creek Valley Country Club. This is not in the Silver Creek Valley Country Club. It's located basically right across the street from the Silver Creek Valley Country Club. The country club, really nice place, got a beautiful golf course, and the homes there are very large and, generally speaking, opulent, but that does have an HOA with an HOA fee and all that. So Bel Aire Luxury Estates is a very comparable neighborhood just outside the country club. Bel Aire Luxury Estates is not gated. The country club is gated. Bel Aire Luxury Estates is not gated, but generally speaking, it has very, very similar cost as Silver Creek Country Club, and a lot of people prefer to not live inside the country club because of all the regulations and restrictions and fees that you get with that HOA. So many people would prefer actually to live near the country club and to be in the Silver Creek neighborhood or in Evergreen, generally speaking, but not have to have those fees and those restrictions that you find in a community with an HOA like that. So the homes in Bel Aire Luxury Estates were built in the early 2000s. I want to say like 2001, 2002, somewhere in there. They are on good-sized lots that generally range in square footage from about maybe a third of an acre to about 2/3 of an acre. And the houses themselves, they generally run from about 2,500 square feet on the low end to just about 5,000 square feet on the high end, like 4,800 square feet. Now, these are luxury estates. These are high quality homes. These are like luxury executive level type properties, and so they're fairly expensive. Prices in Bel Aire Luxury Estates at the time that I'm writing this, they run from about $2.5 million on the low end to somewhere around $4 million on the high end. And so you find the kind of people who tend to buy homes in the area are fairly affluent people. They might be actually like tech executives, or certainly people who are higher level employees at some of the major tech companies here in Silicon Valley. But you might also find people who are doctors and lawyers, other people in the sales profession. Generally speaking, anybody who's making a fairly high level of income to be able to afford to live in a neighborhood like this. So I'm just going to shut up for a little while, and we're just going to drive on and just take a look around, and I'll make a few comments as I see things that I want to point out. Well, actually, one thing that I would like to point out is that you'll notice that there are no telephone poles, no utility wires. That is one thing that's really nice about this neighborhood, is that all of that has been undergrounded. So you get these really nice, clean sight lines. And I should also mention that a lot of homes in the neighborhood do have really good views of the east foothills of San Jose, depending on which way your property is oriented. Another cool thing about the neighborhood is that because it is now 22-ish years old, is that the landscaping is fairly mature and grown in. It's not as grown in as some neighborhoods, obviously, because it isn't really that old. But there is actually a fair amount of tree cover in the neighborhood. It's really a pleasant place to go walking the dog, or just walking with your family after work or after dinner. What's really nice too is that, as you can see as we're driving around, there isn't really a lot of traffic in the neighborhood. I mean, we've been driving now for several minutes, and how many cars have you seen going by? I shot this video, in the early, I'm not sure what time it was, about 30 or 45 minutes before sunset. And this is a time when people would be home, but still, there's not a lot of traffic here. It's a fairly quiet neighborhood with not a lot of through traffic. Like, you wouldn't go through this neighborhood really to get to any other neighborhood. I mean, that's not actually true. There are a couple other connections to other neighborhoods, but generally speaking, the only cars you're going to see driving around this neighborhood are cars that are actually going to homes in that neighborhood. And again, because the lot sizes are so large, you have a very low density overall compared to some other more compact, some other older neighborhoods in San Jose that maybe have like 4, 5, 6,000 square foot lots. You're going to find obviously a lot more people crammed into that space than you would in a neighborhood like Bel Aire Luxury Estates. Well, that's about it for our tour of Bel Aire Luxury Estates. I hope you have enjoyed your drive through the neighborhood. And if you have any questions about Bel Aire Luxury Estates or Silver Creek or Evergreen or any neighborhood in San Jose, feel free to reach out to me. Love to have a chat anytime.